Welcome to DBMS course. In this video lecture, we are going to cover ER diagram symbols and how to design ER diagram. Modeling. A database can be modeled as a collection of entities, relationship among entities. A database can be modeled as a collection of entities and a relationship among entities. Now, what is in my entity? An entity is an object that exists and is distinguishable from other objects. Example, specific person, company, event, plant. Entities have attributes. Example, people have names and addresses. An entity set is a set of entities of the same type that share the same properties. Example, set of all persons, companies, trees, holidays. See here you can see the two relations, there is two tables. Already we know table, it is a collection of rows and columns. Column represent attribute. Now the first relation, first table customer. In customer table there are four columns, it means four attributes. The first attribute is customer ID, second is customer name, third is customer street, and fourth is customer city. Customer is entity and its attributes are customer ID, customer name, customer street, customer city. The loan. Loan is one relation, one table. Loan is having two columns, two attributes, loan number and amount. Now you can see the example of relationship set borrower. You can see the example in between two relations, customer and loan, relationship set borrower. Here you can see the customer name Smith. Okay, customer name Smith is having relationship with the loan number L11. L11 is the loan number for Smith, and you can see the relationship among the two entities, that is loan and customer. The customer whose name is Smith is having the loan number L11. L11 is the loan number for the Smith, and the amount and the loan amount is 900. Loan amount is 900. I repeat, for the customer name Smith, there is a loan number L11, and you can see the loan amount. You can see the loan amount 900. See one more example. Relationship sets. An attribute can also be property of relationship set. For instance, the depositor relationship set between entity sets, customer and account, may have the attribute access date. See, an attribute can also be property of relationship set. For instance, so you can see here, for instance, the depositor relationship set between entity sets, customer and account, may have the attribute access date. See the first customer names, you can see in first column customer names, that is Johnson, Smith, Hayes, Turner, Jones, and Lindsay. And here you can see the depositor access date. Access date is one attribute. And account number, you can see the account is a entity and account number is one attribute. And you can see the account numbers A101, A215, A102, A305, A201, A222, A217. Now, on the date 24th May 2005, in the account of customer name Johnson, see some amount has been deposited in account number A101. Then you can see the Johnson is having one more account, A2, whose account number is A201. A201, and you can see on 17 June, see there the amount has been deposited in account A201. there are some symbols in ER diagram. Whenever we are going to draw ER diagram, whenever we are going to the design entity relationship model, we have to deal with symbols of ER diagram. We have to use symbols. So first we should know the symbols which we use in ER diagram. The first rectangle you can see, it is used to represent entity set. Now first I'll tell which symbols we use for which purpose. See, rectangles represent entity sets. I repeat, rectangles represent entity sets. Diamonds represent relationship sets. Diamonds represent relationship set. Lines link attributes to entity sets and entity sets to relationship sets. Ellipse represents attributes. Ellipse represents attributes. Double ellipse represents multi-value attributes. There might be some attributes who are having multiple, who deliver the multi-values, that is multi-value attributes. Double ellipses represent multi-value attributes. Dashed ellipses denote derived attributes. Underline indicates primary key attributes. Now these symbols you should know. Without these symbols you cannot model ER model or ER diagram. The first rectangle entity set, then you can see the weak entity set, and you can see the relationship set, that is a diamond. You can see the identifying relationship set for a weak entity set, then primary key, then there are some relationships, many to many, one to many, many to one. How we can represent, you can see in the diagram with the symbols. Then one to one relationship, then we can see the total generation, you can see the role indicator, you can see the attribute has been represented by ellipse. Then you can see the double ellipse, it will represent the multi-value attribute. You can see the dashed ellipse, it can represent derived attribute. Then you can see the total participation of entity set in relationship. You can see the discriminating attribute of a weak entity set. So how do we represent weak entity set? How do we represent many to one relationships? How do we represent many to many relationship? Then how do we represent the cardinality limits? Then how do we represent the ISA, that is a specialization or generalization? Then disjoint. See, there are some more symbols in ER diagram we have to use. See, relationships, many to many relationship, many to one relationship, one to one. Then you can see the role indicator, you can see the ISA, that is a specialization or generalization. Then total generalization, how do we represent? Then how do we represent disjoint generalization? And here you can see the example of ER diagram. Now what did we study? How do we represent rectangles? How do we represent diamonds by using symbols? How do we represent what we can say the attributes? Rectangles represent entity set. I repeat, rectangles represent entity sets. Diamonds represent relationship set. Lines link attributes to entity sets and entity sets to relationship sets. Ellipses represent attributes. Ellipses represent attributes. Double ellipse represent multiple attributes. Dash ellipse denote derived attributes, and underline indicates primary key attributes. And we'll see what is meant by primary key, candidate key, super key afterwards. Okay. First of all, just focus on the symbols which we use to draw ER diagram, which we use to model ER diagram, and these symbols we have to use. Now let us see one example. Here you can see the ER diagram. Okay. That is for the bank database, but just we took a small example. Okay, in a bank there is a customer. There are many departments in a bank. There are many departments like loan department, account opening department. In again loan department, vehicle loan department is different. Then agriculture loan department is different. Then what we can say, home loan department is different. Then see, there are many departments in a bank, but let us see a simple example. Here we are having one entity set, customer and loan. One more, loan. See, there are two entities. There are two different entities, customer and loan. Customer is customer is having attributes. Customer entity is having attribute, customer ID, customer name, customer street, customer city. Now these attributes we have represented by using ellipse. Then loan, we can see loan is entity. Loan has been represented by rectangle, and loan is having two attributes, that is two columns, that is loan number and amount. Now these two attributes have been represented by ellipse, and see we are going to represent the relationship by using diamond. The customer loan relationship as a borrower, you can see in a diagram. This is one example of ER diagram. Thank you.